TV Karachi.
Assalamu alaikum. I thank you all for joining us today on our webinar on MS Human Resource Management and Organizational Psychology. I thank you all for joining us today as we are going to explore and discuss the exciting features of the program that is offered at Bahria University Karachi campus. This is an exciting field that has many features to offer to its prospective candidates. Today's program is going to offer you a glimpse of the program. Our esteemed panelists will shed more light on the unique features, the curriculum, and the opportunities that are offered at the MS program at Bahria University and make this program stand out in the market. So without any delay, I would like to introduce my guests, esteemed guests to you. My first guest is Ms. Dr. Fazilat Masood. She is an assistant professor at Bahria University Karachi campus. Her domain of experience and expertise relate to work-life balance, well-being, and soft HRM practices. My second guest today is Dr. Munazza. Dr. Munazza experience and field of expertise is related to organizational psychology and sustainable human resource management. Our third guest here is our alumnus, Ms. Warda Fahim. Ms. Warda is an alumnus of MS Bahria HRM and Organizational Psychology. She completed her MS from Bahria, and currently she's working in an esteemed organization. I warmly welcome you all to our today's discussion. I hope that we carry on a really detailed and insightful discussion for our candidates. Ms. Munazza, Dr. Munazza, my first question is to you is that out of all the options available, why should prospective candidates choose MS at Bahria University for HRM and Organizational Psychology?
Thank you, Ms. Konita. This is one of the most important and the prime important question that usually students are looking for, okay, that why we opt HRM and Organizational Psychology at Bahria University. First of all, Bahria University is a federally chartered university that offers this prime program that actually amalgamates human resource management that is usually seen as a respective or an individualistic approach degree program, but it is now intermingled with organizational psychology. So if we see both of the dimensions, first the human resource management and second one is the organizational psychology that actually affects and change the dynamics of the organizations. And if we are saying that organizational dynamics are changing because of these two perspectives, then we can see how important this degree program is. Now the question arises, why there is a need to amalgamate both degree programs together under one umbrella or under one degree program? If we see the human resource management perspective, usually organizations are focusing on their policies, their practices, their systems, how they are actually recruit individuals, how they actually train individuals, how they give them appraisal based on their performance. So these all are the things that actually relates to their practices, policies. But on the other side, one of the most important asset that organization has is actually their employees. And organizational psychology is actually dealing with those perspectives that deals with human or employees that are actually working for this particular or any organization that they are working for. If we ask, or if we usually student look for why it's amalgamated into two, so organizational psychological perspective is actually targeting the behavior, the attitudinal side, the cognitive perspective of an individual, because it eventually reflects in organizational performance and in their own performance. So this degree program is actually designed to cater both the areas in terms of the policy, practices and the systems. On the other side, it also looks on the attitude and the behavioral and the psychological aspects of an individual. That is actually a very, very important aspect nowadays for organization in order to change their dynamics.
Very well. Dr. Fazilat, my next question is towards you. What are the factors that prospective candidates should consider when joining this program offered at Bahria campus?
Thank you, Ms. Kanita, for asking this question. Rather, it's a very important and key component whenever you are deciding for a university level degree program. She has already quite in detail highlighted the benefits of having this hybrid degree program, which is one of the unique programs that we have in the market, and the Bahria University has this lead in offering this kind of program to the students in the market. Now, if we talk about the future prospective candidates who wish to enroll into this program, there are few factors that they need to keep in mind, and the very first point starts with them themselves, that as a student, where their interest lies, what is they are actually seeking out of this degree. When we go into the classroom, as we both are affiliated with this degree program, we normally ask our students that what intrigued them towards this particular program. So one of the common responses we receive from the students is that since they are already in the industry, they are working, and most of them are coming from the psychology background or purely HR background. So this degree is actually providing them a hybrid perspective of how those principles of psychology that they have learned in their undergraduate program can actually be applied in an organizational setting, in an organizational context, when they go towards dealing with the issues of the people in that management context. So this degree program is actually capturing that interest, that side of their career aspect, we can say, and this personal interest actually connects with how they are foreseeing their future career paths. So both sides are captured here through this degree program as it connects these two domains, which is the HRM and the organizational psychology. Now, if we talk about, as I said, that they are already the people who are in the domain, who are in the industry, they are working. So managing their work and then aspiring higher degree, the time management is always an issue that most of the people face, and this is one of the reasons why not many of the people go for further education, right, once they are in the corporate. So flexibility here in terms of the routine or the class schedule that we have, that is one of the another important aspect that can help students, and normally they that is one of the reason why it attracts that kind of audience into this program at Bahria University. Then if we talk about the faculty that is specifically affiliated with this degree program, I feel proud in sharing this wherever, on whichever platform I am, that all the faculty which is affiliated with this degree program, they are all very dedicated and competent people, and we have locally and foreign qualified PhDs in them. And what interesting part that we both, when we are in the classroom, we enjoy is that the audience we have, they are from the corporate, they are coming with the experiences, and the topics that we discuss here, the kind of environment we create in the classroom, that becomes very interesting, because when we introduce a concept and we connect it with the cases from the industry or the examples from the practice, we are receiving feedback from them as well. But the important part, faculty that plays there, is that they are not only connecting it with what is actually happening in the industry, but we also connect it with the facts that we are receiving from the research. So what the current trends are in the industry and what the findings are saying, we also connected with that. So we have a very interesting classroom environment where we are connecting all the concepts that we are discussing in terms of the academic knowledge, in terms of research, and in terms of the professional experience that we have from the industry. So this is an added point that can help students when they are thinking about their admission into this degree program at Bahria. Now, there is another important thing, and that is normally when we say that if we are going to an organization, why should I go with this organization only, why not someone else, right? Same is the case with the industry when you are going for the degree program. So facilitation is very important, and that comes from what kind of learning environment that institute is offering. So at Bahria University, the environment, if we talk about, we have a lot of on-campus and off-campus facilities that the university is offering to its students. And if I talk about the on-campus facilities, we have a dedicated postgraduate program lab, which is specially designed for these MS and MPhil and postgraduate students that we have at campus. They can avail that. Then we have a centralized library that provides the opportunity for these students to have access to online and offline resources. Now, if we talk about the offline resources, which are the online, the added benefit is that normally when we use the intranet facilities, we are bound with the premises of the institute that you can only use as long as you are in the campus. But here they have their proxy system, they can get that and they can avail those same facilities even when they are not within the premises of the university. Then the PGP office, time and again, it organizes different workshops, different trainings and different learning related workshops and training sessions for these students to help them develop their concepts and further on with their research and their work.
No doubt, it's a great opportunity for our prospective students. As we know that we also have an alumnus with us today, so I would like to ask Ms. Varda, what were the prospective factors you had in your mind when you opted for this program, and how was your experience at Bahria campus? How did you find the program, Ms. Varda?
Assalamu alaikum. The program actually offered me a lot of benefits because it's in a hybrid program. It offers me the opportunity to work on my soft skills, and it does provide me to have a hands-on experience on things that are, giving me the opportunity in a broader term in a cooperative level. And because HRM is a new subject for me, as I have a background of psychology, purely psychology background, it offers me a lot of opportunities to, apply my psychology skills in the HRM setting and in the corporate setting where you can utilize your all psychological background studies, where the mentoring process was so good, and I did explore a lot of opportunities while I was having the studies time period in evening. They were actually offering me the workshop, the training, the mentorship was so great and supportive. It helped me a lot to polish my skills related to my work site, and even my studies provided me the the broadest spectrum to see how I can utilize my all studies related to psychology in the sector, in the cooperative sector, where I can easily apply my soft skills and you can utilize the opportunity to explore more.
It's really great to hear about the opportunities that you were offered at Bahria campus. My next question is to Dr. Manaza. As you know that most of the candidates that join are professionals, so they would have a question in their mind, okay, what is the time frame that is required, what are the key milestones during the program, what are the different kind of courses offered, and how would this program help them in building, in capacity building. Can you elaborate on the time duration and the courses and the curriculum that is offered to the prospective candidates?
Sure, Kaunita. Primarily, if we see this program, it is based on 2 years, and in the initial stages, the student go through some core courses in which we have amalgamation of again the human resource management courses aspects, and on the other side we have organizational psychological aspect courses that actually give us some glimpse or glances towards this particular degree program, and afterwards the student move towards the some elective courses that again amalgamation of both human resource management and the organizational psychological perspective, in which we actually cater student towards the HR analytics, then the social and the self development, then the organizational psychology and psychometrics. So it's a combination of core and elective courses. Moreover, as Dr. Fazilat also highlighted, that we focused on the research areas. So one of the prime crux of this degree program is actually the thesis, in which a student come up with the problems that actually exist from the context of human resource management and the organizational psychological perspective, and they work under supervision of a trained supervisor, and then they come up with problem, and then they collect data from that particular organization, so whatever they have chosen for, and they come up with some solutions so that they can provide something major contribution towards the organizational context in terms of solving problems from both ends, human resource management context and the organizational psychological perspective. So if we see, so it's a combination of both the perspective, and you will give and get the taste of both human resource management and the psychological stance as well.
I would like to add just to one point that she was explaining, and especially for our students. If I talk about from the student's perspective, I think one of the attraction point of this degree program is that it's not purely coursework based, rather it's a combination of the coursework and the research. So the interesting thing here, when you students will be conducting your research in future, it's not in one go, rather it's in two phases. So you first work on your proposal, you submit it, you defend it, and based on the comments and the feedback you receive, you can improve your work and then carry on with the actual main research and submit it for the final defense. So that is very interesting point, that when we say that in the classroom we are discussing the topics with reference to the practical example and the cases from the industry and connecting it with the research, they not only learn it as a student in that, they actually do it themselves when they are engaged in that research activity.
Very well. Dr. Munazza, you know, in today's inflationary environment, financial considerations are really important, and I would call it, I would not call it an expenditure, but I would call it as an investment in your career. But still, I want our candidates to know, okay, what is the perspective, what is the fee structure for this program? Are there any kind of scholarships, or is there any kind of financial assistance that Bahria University has to offer to the prospective candidates? Because at the end of the day, it is important for them to manage and make a very informed financial decision. So would you tell us something about it?
Sure. Ms. Konita, this is one of the important questions that nowadays parents as well as students are very considerate about, no matter what they are doing their jobs, but they have multiple and dual responsibilities that they have to fulfill.
No doubt about it.
So primarily, if we see from the scholarship context, we have multiple scholarships offers at Bahria University Karachi campus. So this means there is no hindrances in order to opt that degree program. So there are merit-based scholarships as well if students secure CGPA in a semester among all the their colleagues and the team members. So they will get the merit scholarships. On the other side, we have need-based scholarships. For this, you have to fulfill some criteria, you have to submit some documents, and afterwards, if you fulfill that criteria, so you will get that need-based scholarship. Moreover, we have some HEC based scholarships as well. In terms of, if you talk about any of our alumni will join this program, so they will get admission fee waiver, and if they get good score at CBT, so they will get an additional advantage here as well. So there are multiple options offered at Bahria University, which is actually give a glance to the audience, to the students, to the parents, that this is actually a factor that is very critical, but on the other side there is a supporting hand that actually give you a margin or a way forward that you can easily opt this degree program. So this means, yes, this is a problem, but there is a solution that is actually provided in the form of scholarships, and this is on the basis of the performance that a student actually perform in each semester. So this means it's a cherry on the top aspect that student will actually get in the form of scholarships.
So what I can infer from your discussion or in your detailed answer is that Bahria has a variety of scholarships to offer to its students, and if you are capable and if you have the competence, so you would definitely get one. You would get one of those. Very well, Dr. Fazilat, my next question is towards you, because no doubt we have to talk about the eligibility criteria. It's a competitive degree, so it must have a strict eligibility criteria. I want you to elaborate further more on the eligibility criteria. Right at the same time, I want you to throw some light on how the computer-based test is undertaken. What are the what are the subjects that are covered in that test? What is the time duration of that test? Because we want to know, we want our candidates to know beforehand how should they prepare when they opt for this program and when they want to come up for this choice.
Oh, sure. Eligibility is one of the very important checklist element that you need to keep in mind when you are looking for what kind of degree program you should opt for, right? At Bahria University, following the HEC criteria and Bahria University policy, all the candidates who have 16 years of HEI qualification, they have passed it with at least 50% marks in their last obtained degree, they are eligible for this. But when this eligibility along with this experience comes into the consideration, another important aspect that they need to bear in mind is the background from which they are coming. since this is a very specialized degree program which is specially designed for HRM and organizational psychology, so the students who are coming from the background in psychology, social sciences, management sciences or business administration, they are the most suitable candidates for this degree program. Now when we say that after all these checks are met and they want to apply here for the admission, the university gives you two offers that either of the two options you can go with as far as your aptitude or assessment of the mental capacity for this task is considered. They can either go with GAT subject or they can use the CBT, which is the computer based test here at Bahria University. If they go with the CBT, for either of the two, the criteria is that at least 50% score secured in that, right? But if they go with CBT here, we have a 2 hours duration for the CBT test in which they are provided with 100 MCQs that they have to attempt in that time, and those MCQs are mainly testing their ability in the analytics, in the quantitative reasoning and verbal reasoning.
Thank you, Dr. Fasilat, for such a detailed answer. Dr. Manaza, I want to ask you something more about this program. Definitely, it's a versatile program. It's offering you it is actually a combination of two diverse fields. So my question to you is that are there any niche roles available at organizations today for these kind of degree programs, and how does this program empower our scholars to take up assignments at their organization? How does this help, this program would help them to in their career forward?
Okay, this is one of the most important questions that usually students also ask because they are coming from different backgrounds like psychology, then the simple that have not examined or studied the psychological perspective. So if we look at these aspects, firstly we pick the first dimension, that is human resource management. Okay? So if you are working in any organization, these 3 pillars, practices, policies and systems, play a major role. So this means you must have an understanding of these 3 pillars in order to work in any organization. This means you can work as a talent management acquisition, you can play a major role in recruitment and selection, you can play a major role in compensation and other aspects as well. Okay? So if we look at different dimensions of HR functions, so we can say that there are crucial areas in organization that a student can work as. On the other side, if we see the organizational psychological aspects, and we are actually focusing on 2 parameters. First one is the employer mindset and their psychological aspects, and on the other side the employee level, and on the other side one more dimension if we add into it is the customer context. So this means there is an attitudinal aspect, the behavioral aspect is involved in it. So this means these students can work as a psychologist there in order to see how the system affects the well-being of the employer, well-being of itself being an employee, and on the other side how it actually going to convert and affect the customers in terms of they are offering some services, in terms of they are offering some products. So this means if we simply in one liner, if we have to specify where they can work, so we can say they can work as a recruitment and selection managers, they can work as a psychologist there. In order, those students with having a background with the psychology is added additional advantage, but after this degree the students with non-psychological aspects can also deal with these issues. As we see, being a personality, being a human being, we are comprised of 3 main pillars ABC, yani we are connected with emotional side, we are connected with the cognitive aspect, we are connected with the behavioral aspect. So this degree actually catered these 3 pillars. If we combine these 3 pillars, this means we are actually catering or handling the personality of the person. And if we see the organizational context, so human beings or employees are the most difficult beings to handle and manage. So this means this degree will give you an added advantage to deal with the psyche of that particular thing that actually targets the ABC of an employee and the employer as well.
Being an Ms. Varda, my next question is to you. Being an alumnus of this program, as Dr. Manaza has just highlighted the versatility of this program, my question to you is that how has this program helped you in your capacity building? How has it helped you in taking up the assignments that were assigned to you at your workplace? Would you like to elaborate it furthermore so that we can have what your experience has to tell to our candidates?
Well, actually our mentor taught us a lot of things regarding how to utilize your psychometric skills at the workplace. As an HR person, you can actually, recruit and select candidates there. You can actually design the assessments that are particularly, helpful for recruitment and selection of the candidates, and testing as well. The psychometric testing already, as it can help us to select a better candidate. And particularly during my course of MS HRM and organizational psychology, I learned a lot because they offered internship subject which actually, utilize and help me to cater all those skills in a office setting. They offered us the internships. They offered us the opportunity to apply those learning into your corporate settings, and this opportunity actually give us the hands-on experience of utilizing those skills. And obviously the prime crux about this program itself is to, utilize both HRM aspects and organizational psychology aspects together. So it actually gives you the strength to apply both of your education backgrounds into one platform. And as an educationalist myself, I have learned a lot, and I think most of the candidates are looking for such opportunities, for such programs to, polish their own soft skills as well. And this opportunity is something like that. It offers you a combination of two aspects, HR and organizational psychology. And organizational psychology itself is, about how human behavior, and it is about how it is applicable in office setting, how it are going to help and nurture your employees training and skills. It actually polish their skills. If you have this kind of command, you can apply in your corporate setting. As in at this talk about the HRM manager, recruitment manager, selection manager, you can utilize those skills at that site as well. And as an educationalist, I can thank the Bahria University for offering such a program, and it actually gives me the strength to work on my research skills as well. It offers me lot of opportunities as I attended workshops, seminars for my polishing my own skills, and it actually gives me the more new perspective of applying my own skills in an education setting. And I think candidates should prefer these programs because it also allows them to see in the broader landscape what your skills can provide you in future, in your future goals, in your future career. So it basically going to give a lot of help in your studies, and if it is related to your corporate setting work, or if it is related to your psychology work, it actually enhance your skills to both sides. If whether you are a clinical psychologist, you can actually work in a corporate setting on your corporate employees, and you can train them, you can do the training there, and you can shape their behavior, enhance their soft skills, and can apply it in that corporate setting. Thank you.
As we are toward, thank you Ms. Varda, as we are towards the end of our discussion, I have a question which is like any one of you or all of you can participate to. Definitely we have talked quite in detail about the program and the course and the content and the versatility, but there what I want to ask you all of you is that what are the unique and distinguishing features the university itself offers to its candidates? It's not just about the program. How Bahria University, what kind of benefits, what kind of opportunities, what kind of distinctive features Bahria has to offer to its candidates? Any one of you can answer. I would like to start with Dr. Manazah, then Dr. Fazilat can add to it.
As we have already discussed all the glimpses and the crux that actually focuses on the program side,
yes.
But if we see, we have also highlighted some of the futuristic and the feature aspects that Bahria is actually offering to their prospects students. Primarily, first and the prime important aspect is the location of that particular university. As we are talking about, it's an evening program, and the classes actually scheduled from 6 to 9. So it is very feasible for those who actually want to come from workplace and then they find a place nearer to their office. So this means first one is the location, that is on very prime location, and a student can easily access that. Second option and the most important thing is the scholarships that being offered at Bahria University. And if I go further, so this means we as a faculty member are here to welcome our students, to teach them.
Without us, this won't be completed, na, actually.
No doubt.
So we have to be there.
Yes, so this means we both, maybe or inshallah, there to welcome you all who are actually become the part of our Bahria family. So this is one of the 3 glimpses that are actually highlighted. Now Ms. Fazilat, if you want to add something in it, so please.
A lot of things you have already discussed, and in fact when we were responding to your earlier questions, a lot of aspects we have already covered. But one important thing that I couldn't add there was that not all of the students are from the industry, but they are who might take some time off and then join back, or someone who just started their career and then started this degree program. So another important aspect from this curriculum point or the roadmap that they have designed is they have a professional from the industry who actually takes our students on certain organized visits to the industry and help them harness their professional skills, as our alumni was also discussing. So that internship exposure is very important, that what we are learning, they actually get the opportunity to apply that there. And having this combination of the degree, as we both initially talked about, that is one of the unique, I would say, USPs for the university, our university to offer, because most of the universities are offering MS program in management sciences or business administration, but HRM and organizational psychology, that is the USP of the Bahria University. And faculty, of course, we keep on having different people on the team. So on and off we are there. We have been part of this team for quite some time, but we also have some other very competent and very supportive faculty who are there to help you harness your skills. So that's what we would like to say.
Very well said, no doubt. Faculty is the backbone of any educational institution, but with this we come to the closure of our webinar today. But this webinar is just a glimpse of the program that is being offered at Bahria University. Our candidates can go to Bahria website and they can have more detailed information about the program, the fee structure, the time duration, and any other information that they want to get. But before closing, I want to thank my esteemed panelists, Dr. Munazza, Dr. Fazilat, and our alumnus, Ms. Warda Fahim, and I'm delighted to listen to her great experience at Bahria, and I hope to see you all at Bahria, and I want you to have more information through our website. With this, we come to end of our webinar. Take care and Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.